Oh, hi. Right. So, what's today's video about? Well, basically, I was perusing Twitter and I found a list of the 5 must-read Mysterio comics. I assume that Marvel's tweeted this because Mysterio is going to be in the new Spider-Man film. What do I think of the trailer? It looks okay. They mention multiverse stuff, which a lot of people are saying, oh, they're bringing in the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. I don't... it's not the way that I would have brought them in, but, you know, fair enough. You do you, Marvel. I'm sure you've done well so far in the past 22 films. You can probably do justice to the first family and the X-Men. But yeah, the top 5 Mysterio comics as shown by Marvel. So of course, first they have his first appearance in The Amazing Spider-Man issue 13, which came out in 1963. If I were making this list and I was like, oh, if you wanna know more about Mysterio before he comes out in the film, or before Spider-Man Far From Home comes out, don't. The version in the film is probably going to be extremely different from the version in the books. The comic book version of Mysterio is a dork. It's a dorky villain. If anything, I'd probably go read that Symbiote Spider-Man book that they've just come out with. I'll probably go read that if you want to, get a bit of Mysterio. I wouldn't go back to the 60s and read the Mysterio then, because if you're a fan of the Marvel films, you're not going to be a fan of 1960s Marvel comics. And B, the Mysterio in the film is just going to be different to the Mysterio in the comics anyway. Even the comics nowadays, he's going to be different, just because the films do things differently. Next up, they have The Amazing Spider-Man issue 199, Mayday for May. After subsequent battles with Spider-Man, Mysterio tried to retire. Alas, the law of treasure got him back in gear, and he instituted a complex scheme to create a horrific illusion of Aunt May's death to get the rights to her house and what he believed was hidden within it. Finally, in Amazing Spider-Man issue 119, he and Spidey launched into the final conflict. It's an old 60s story. It's gonna be weird. 1963. Yeah. Wait, what? Issue 13 and issue 119 came out in the same year? Huh? That's weird. Up next, they've got Daredevil issues 1 through 7. This is collected in the Marvel Ultimate Graphic Novel Collection, and this is a good run. I recommend it, actually. This is basically Daredevil trying to break down the life of... it's Mysterio trying to break down the life of Daredevil. I won't go too much into it because I'm going to talk about it more later on. But it's written by Kevin Smith. It's art by Joe Quesada, and it's good. It's really damn good. Amazing Spider-Man issue 619, 1999. Written by... I very much doubt that was in 1999. Yeah, I think they got the dates wrong on these a bit. I think they may have got the dates wrong. Published in 2010. Yeah. Other one was published in 1979. Yeah, I think they have got the dates wrong, because they say Amazing Spider-Man issue 1999 or 1999 issue 619, but the issue came out in 2010. They got the dates wrong, I think. Or maybe that's the date when the started. I don't know. Amazing Spider-Man issue 619 and 620. He seemingly brought some friends with him when he shaped illusions. The late good guy, Captain Stacy, and the deceased criminal Silvermane to vex Spider-Man and accelerate a gang war between the Magia Syndicate and the mysterious Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative was the villain in the Spider-Man game. I haven't read it. I wouldn't know. Marcos Martin on art. I'm not a fan of him. Not a fan of Marcos Martin. And finally, they have the Spider-Man miniseries that came out in 2012, which I have not read. I haven't read any of the stuff on this list, apart from the Daredevil run. Not really what I would put on there myself. I would probably put Old Man Logan in there. Old Man Logan is probably the definitive Mysterio story. You notice that Mysterio is cooler when he's not fighting Spider-Man. And that's kind of a trend. Mysterio doesn't really have that many good stories, because he is kind of a dork when it comes to him being a villain. Like, his whole thing, why he went to fight Daredevil, is like, I'm known for stealing from other villains. I'm known for doing this, that, and the other. So I will steal this one from Craven, puts a bullet in his head. That's how he's beaten. There's no big fight. He just puts a bullet in his head. Old Man Logan, when he comes back to life, because it's comic books, they always come back to life. He decides to make all of the X-Men look like... if you read Old Man Logan first, which is probably why it's not a very good Mysterio story, if you read Old Man Logan and it's your introduction to Mysterio, you'll probably think, damn, Mysterio is a force to be reckoned with. Mysterio is damn scary. No, that's not the case. Mysterio is a dork. He doesn't know what he's doing. Mysterio is just shit as far as villains go. I'm glad they decided to put him in a movie, because they can finally, like, you know, give some juice into the character and, you know, push him to the forefront in the comics, because he is a bit of a dork. Let's be real. He is. I am the master of illusion. But he doesn't actually use illusions. He uses fucking CG effects, and everyone's like, "No, you're shit. Fuck off." Apart from Wolverine, he's like, I killed my friends. And it's like, no, fucking grow a pair. It's Mysterio. Fuck off. Yeah, I like the fact that he's in the movie. I don't know what they're going to do with him. Maybe they might make him cool, because, you know, Vulture was a bit of a dork before they put him in a movie, and now he's cool. I feel like they may do that now. But essentially, none of those are actually must-reads, apart from the Daredevil run. And read Old Man Logan. Read Old Man Logan. That's my must-read. I have 3 must-read stories for Mysterio. Old Man Logan, Daredevil, and the new Symbiote Spider-Man miniseries. Read those 3, and then that's all of the Mysterio stuff you have to read, because the rest of it is pointless and useless. And maybe the one issue that he appears in Ultimate Spider-Man, just go read all of Ultimate Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man's good. But yeah, that's kind of everything that I've got to say for this video. I don't really have much more to comment on, apart from I haven't read most of the books that they reference in that list. Only Daredevil, and that Daredevil is the only book that I can actually recommend. Don't go looking for... Here's my advice. Whenever you find a list on Twitter that says these are the must-read comics for a character that's coming out in a movie soon, don't read anything on that list, because it's always going to be the first appearance, a story from the 70s or 60s, and it's going to be something to do something that's not actually anything to do with the character. It's going to be like seminal moments for the character, but it's not going to have any help or bearing towards the movie that you're going to go see. If anything, Marvel puts out these like one shots, maybe two shots, that are preludes to the films that are coming out, and most of the time, usually they're just retelling the events of the last film. In some respects, sometimes they are giving you a bit more context to the world of that specific movie, like the Doctor Strange one, which is the only one that I've read. But there are, those do exist, and if you're a fan of the Marvel movies, I'd probably say that's your best bet. If you want some more context to the movie that you're about to see, go read the official prelude comics. Don't go searching out for like stuff that came out in the 60s, the 70s. Don't go into a comic book shop saying, "Give me everything you have on Mysterio. Give me everything you have on the Scorpion or the Vulture or Thanos," because it's not going to help you when you go into the movie and it's a completely different character to what you've read. So yeah, that's my that's just what I've got to say on the whole must read comics thing. The movie versions are different to the comic versions. That's the moral of the story, kids. If you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like this video, piss off. And if you really like this video and you like me and you want to see more of me, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Links to all my social medias are in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next video. I also have a Patreon, which I don't like to plug, but I'm plugging it now because I'm a fucking arsehole. Patreon as well. I'm gonna try and sort out my tiers, because apparently my Patreon's not actually that professional. It doesn't look good at all, and I might have to look at that later, probably when I get a new laptop that I can use. I'm gonna figure out how to actually set up a Patreon properly for like business and stuff, not just for YouTube, but just in general. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do that. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. But yeah, peace. See you guys later.